So in Africa, artificial intelligence can contribute significantly in addressing pressing challenges from different sectors, speaking of agriculture, healthcare, digital economy. And speaking of this project, you have seen there are several issues that face Africa. For instance, shortage of human capacity, lack of African origin data sets, and poor inclusion of gender and marginalized groups. So based on these facts, or based on the fact that artificial intelligence can be leveraged to address some pressing challenges that do face Africa, and considering that some issues that they also face Africa, like I have said, shortage of human capacity and lack of the African origin data set and other things. And this is the reason why when we see an opportunity to write a proposal and try to request for or to apply for research grant, there's where now the chance comes, and we see that there are a really need that we, the University of Dodoma and the Nelson Mandela African Institution of Science and Technology, we joined effort and we bid for this project. And fortunately, we secured this project, and this is the reason why we are now here today to launch this project. So the mission of this project, or the mission of this lab, is to become a multidisciplinary lab that ventures in cutting-edge AI research, training, development, and industrial scalable products that solve societal challenges in Africa. So we are targeting to establish this lab to make sure that the lab is going to develop AI-driven solutions that are going to address some key or some prevalent challenges facing Africa. Well, so, but the vision of the lab is to become a center of excellence in AI4D research, training, and innovation. So the main or the key pillars of the lab is training, research, and innovation. Remember, I said earlier that one of the potential challenges that face Africa is lack of human capacity. So this lab targets at least reducing the gap of human capacity in terms of artificial intelligence skills. But the other thing is research, because we somehow lag behind in terms of AI research in Africa. And this lab is trying to foster or to accelerate the research in the areas of artificial intelligence. And as well, we need to foster the issues of innovations. As I've said, we say there are key challenges in terms of agriculture, in terms of healthcare, in terms of digital economy, and other sectors. So the lab looks forward to develop innovative AI solutions that's going to address this kind of challenges. So these are the main pillars of the lab: research, innovation, and the training. So the specific objectives for this lab, one is to strengthen research and teaching capacity in Africa. As I've said, that this is one of the key pressing challenges that we, Africa or Tanzania, we are facing. So we need to strengthen the research and teaching capacity in a responsible AI across Anglophone Africa. I think, and this is the point that I didn't mention earlier, the scope of this lab is Anglophone Africa. And this will be the one, and this will be the only lab, the only AI lab that will serve for the Anglophone Africa. And there is another lab that will be serving for Francophone Africa. So these kind of the labs, there are only two in Africa. One, the one we are launching today, which will serve Anglophone Africa, and the other one in Burkina Faso, which will serve the Francophone Africa. So we as Tanzania, we are very lucky on this, and we have to celebrate for that. Well, so the other specific objectives to increase understanding of how to advance responsible and multidisciplinary gender-inclusive AI research. And the key agenda of this lab is to have a multidisciplinary kind of research that we are trying to link or to connect people from different disciplines. If you speak from the healthcare, agriculture, digital economy, as I've said, and we need to link these people from these sectors to those people who are ICT or AI practitioners or expertise. So that's why we say multidisciplinary AI research. But the other specific objectives is to explore how to support AI deployment and commercialization. So this is another key agenda of the lab. We are looking forward to see how we can support AI innovation solutions and how we can commercialize these solutions. One of the problems is people used to do research and propose some different solutions, but at the end of the day, these solutions are not deployed and not commercialized, and their impact is not cannot be witnessed, and this is the problem. So we want to see how we can take solutions, AI-driven solutions, from academia to the industry, and at the end of the day, these products are commercialized and their impact are seen in the society. Well, so our research priorities, as I've said, will be based on the infrastructure and dataset contribution. Why do we insist the issues of dataset contribution? One of the problems is if we rely on the dataset outside Tanzania or outside Africa, we should expect that we'll be having some ML models, machine learning models that are biased. And this is the reason why we are trying to see how we can use these solutions that actually, they are practical to the African context. And this is the reason why we need to emphasize contributing the African origin data set. So the other thing is the healthcare and digital economy. And we need to see how we can apply AI to improve, for instance, disease diagnosis, and accelerating digitization and automation of the African industries. So one area is how we can use artificial intelligence to automate or to improve the healthcare delivery services in Tanzania and Anglophone Africa at large. Well, so the other thing is exploiting the use of AI for environment conservation, biodiversity, and things like that. So the other area that we are going to, this lab is going to emphasize is to use AI-driven solutions in the context of agriculture and environmental conservation. So these are some of the key issues that our lab is going to address. So to make a summary, one is to contribute to the African origin data set. This is very important. I said why? Because if we do rely on the data set from outside Tanzania, then at the end of the day, we'll be having machine learning models that are biased and they are not aligned to the context of Africa. So the core functions of the lab is research and development, as I've said, capacity development, innovation, and commercialization. These are the key pillars of the lab. One is research and development. We need to strengthen the research capacity in Africa through this lab, because we will be having some state-of-the-art equipments at the lab, and we can offer working space for innovators and researchers. So this is one pillar. But the second pillar is capacity development. With capacity development, we are going to have the long-term training and the short-term training. For the long-term training, this project is going to sponsor 2 PhD students and 2 master's students for the training. But again, for the capacity development, we are going to host a number of innovators in our working space where we are going to nurture these innovators, and they come up with AI-driven solutions. And at the end of the day, we need to realize that these solutions are commercialized. So these are some of the strategies to build human capacity. Another thing is innovation and the commercialization. As I've said, that we are also joined with stakeholders, where we will have to gather requirements from these stakeholders and come up with some solutions that at the end of the day we
uso